General ever talk about maps of these, interstellar highways through portals or anything?
Just that there's computers that can latch onto them and find them. So he never really talked about a map system or anything like that. But they'd have to have something, I would think.
Is the general insinuating that the vortexes and stargates are found by the AI, or is it something that they already know where this goes?
I think they know where they're kind of close, but they still have to move around to get in them.
Are they naturally formed, or are they creating these portals?
I think they're naturally formed, is what I understood out of that whole deal. And they have the computer system to find them. But they always move a little bit, and that's the problem.
A little bit meaning a couple meters or kilometers, or?
That's just what he said, was they always move a little bit, and so the computer system has to find it because they're moving on them.
Did he ever mention about entering suns, as the sun is the energy source to go through a portal or a vortex?
Not necessarily that, but he talked about that these planets like the moon and Mars and all that on the backside is just full of life. Lots of folks up there. He said it's nowhere close to what we think.
Did he define what kind of people are living on the moon or on Mars, for example?
He talked about on the moon, they were having where the Federation had to step in because they were kind of having a little war up there because the let me think here. The reptilians were pissed because somebody was moving in on their territory, and so they had to kind of step in and set some guidelines. Another entity of some kind, but...
He didn't mention what that entity was?
No. He did mention about the reptilians up there, but he did not say what other one it was as far as...
What did he say about the reptilians up there?
So he did say that the reptilians were mad because they had been there for a lot longer and they felt like it was their territory. Yeah.
Are they hostile or are they friendly?
He never really mentioned too much about that. They just said that they had to step in and kind of put some guidelines in.
What about Mars? You mentioned Mars, that there are living species.
Yeah, he talked about that, yeah.
What did he say?
He just talked like there was, I mean, to what extent or anything like that. But, that was nothing for them to go there. I mean, that's...
Did you ever mention what the majority race is on either in Mars or the moon?
I took it that it was probably the reptilians on the moon because of their timeline there. But he never really told like populations or everything. He just said, you just need to know it's very populated.
Absolutely. I agree with that. What do you think, Tim?
I agree too. Well, we know that there's a specific reptilian race that is said to have claimed a big part of the backside of the moon. It's also been said to me that there is a reptile species on planet Mars. Well, I've never been there, but it's interesting to hear what the general says, right?
Validates stuff that you and I've been through, right?
So the one thing that I'm pretty curious about is you told us that we have that you have 8 to 9 years of talks and experiences with the general. What did he tell you about the universe, about other species? What did you learn from him?
What he did say that was very interesting is they've only been outside of their galaxy just a couple times. And he says once they get into another galaxy, they don't want no more a part of it. They say it's a lot wilder out there in other galaxies, but he never would make the comment of how wild. But they're used to wild, and so you think, what is wild then? If, he just act like that's not any place you want to go, into another galaxy.
Right. What was the most curious question you ever asked him?
Oh, goodness gracious. I do know that he would always overemphasize the fact that, Duane, you just need to know there's no such thing as deep, dark space. There's no such thing.